This stream contains fast-flashing images that may affect viewers who are susceptible to photosensitive epilepsy or other photosensitivities. Viewer discretion is advised.
Today, 4 teams are up for an early exit, and it's time to find out who's making top 8. Hello and welcome to Day 6 of VCT Americas Kickoff, coming to you live from the Riot Games Arena here in beautiful Los Angeles, California. I'm Zoe, I'm your emotional support host, and standing by for 2 more crucial lower bracket matches. Of course, I don't want to do this alone. Holding our hands through it all are Sean Garris and Baby Ray. Lots on the line today for those teams.
I'm just stun-locked because that hat is Nosworth's hat.
Are we going to act like that didn't just happen, though? Like,
yeah, we just
I'm not going to ignore that.
I'm ignoring it. I did until, you know.
I actually forgot what the main topic was.
I'll tell you what, I'm excited to see another 2 teams get eliminated. You know I love elimination matches.
Don't we all?
Get them out of here.
Don't we all?
Just get them out.
And we already had to say goodbye.
Yeah.
The pleasure of saying goodbye, I want to say, right, to 2 teams yesterday. Let's recap that a little bit, as we did see our first elimination matches off kickoff. Just yesterday, we kicked things off with Evil Geniuses taking down Furia. And honestly, it was a great match, right? Icy was crisp, opping on that Astra. That was a treat. We also got to see them play Teo and Fracture. Yes. That was a different EG, but also, quite frankly, it was a different Furia too.
Yeah, I mean, Furia had some moments of brightness, right? They didn't look all terrible, but picking that Fracture into EG, into Potter, who is clearly still cooking, as we kind of thought she would be, was crazy. And Furia still missing something. And this guy,
this guy's everywhere. He's everywhere, just like Icy was in that server. He had such big openers, and Osboss as well. I mean, he had such great moments opping, specifically in this series against Cloud9.
This was a great series, guys, because we did see those rookies coming online for MIBR who knocked out Cloud9 off the tournament.
Oh, this Bucky play was
insane.
Really, it stopped any type of comeback for Cloud9, because it kind of felt like Cloud9 were getting momentum.
Yeah.
Maybe they could have gotten things going, made it a closer series, but losing 2 ecos on that attacking side for Cloud9, I mean, that sent them home.
Dude, I love the narrative of MIBR winning that second map with the rookies coming up big. Yeah. Not even Osboss until the second half carrying through, and then Osboss just kicks it into another gear on the third map, carries them home. And that's just so sick.
And I loved his smile in the post interview there at the very end of the day. It's just a proud father moment. Let's take a look at our current bracket, because we only have 10 teams remaining. 2 more, which will be leaving us today. This is going to be so exciting, guys.
Yeah, all the matches from this point on are going to be sick. I mean, obviously everyone's looking at this NRG 100 Thieves game being like, well, how did this even come to be? Yeah. What is going on right now? But it's happening. We're here. We're gonna get to witness it soon, and obviously we have 2G crew first. But.
It's such a 100 Thieves thing, right? To beat Osboss in the upper bracket, every 100 Thieves fans just on top of the world. This is our year. Up a map against Sentinels, beating them on split. Up 4-0 second map, and now they're in the first round of lowers against NRG.
Yeah, for now, eyes on the prize here. What's at stake here at Kickoff? Of course, the top 2 teams will be qualifying for Bangkok, and the top 4 teams will be getting those championship points. So, you know, they're not going away empty-handed. Now, yeah, Furia may have been our first team eliminated from Kickoff, but Khalil gave us the Pulsar flick of the week. Take a look at this 2K on Abyss. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, this was disgusting. The double back right there, and just hits the 1-tap on top of it. I mean, this is just insane reaction times. He already had the pre-aim there, but he second-guessed himself, and to finish it like that.
That's so sick.
That's
just
dirty.
Such a good micro adjustment, just knowing exactly where that flick is. And I think we saw Potter's reaction to that live in the game, and she was like, what the? That was insane.
Yeah, even she couldn't wrap her head around that one, but I mean, unfortunately, that was like the only bright sides that we saw out of the Furia squad was those individualistic plays. And at this level, the team play is going to carry you over the edge.
Yeah, and I think they'll get there. You know, they're a team that looked pretty good in the offseason, and not being here for the start of this kickoff, I truly do think that affects the team, you know, and they could never get it back under them again.
They have some time now to go back to the drawing board and getting ready for stage 1 as they are out of kickoff for now. I know that you guys are always very eager to call out fraudulent players, fraudulent teams. I want to put you both to the test though. Can you call out fraudulent fans? Let's find out. I'm going to show you 2 fan signs. One is a legitimate sign made by someone in the crowd, and the second one will be made by a fraud. Me, perhaps? I don't know.
Oh.
Let's take a look. Which one is fraudulent? Which one is real?
What?
This is difficult.
They both look. You know what?
No one
gonna
does a 7. No, that's an EU7. That's you over there.
Oh!
That's you.
Oh,
Over there.
wait!
Let's find out.
I'm going with Sean. I'm going with Sean.
That's the fraud.
In EA we trust.
Wait,
No
what?
way! Okay, I can't listen to you, dude. I can't listen to you.
Cannot be
No.
trusted.
I
He's
was
the
gonna
fraud.
say, low-key, that one looks so well done that I'm like, hold
You're
on.
implying that I cannot make a nice sign. That's not nice. Right, let's take a
You
look
said
at the
that's an
second one.
EU7. That's valid, though.
take a
That's
look.
Yeah, I was
valid.
like, valid. No.
Like,
I was breaking that down.
Okay, am I Sam's biggest fan or is it Verso my goat?
oh.
Both can be true at the same time too. This is not mutually exclusive technically, but one of them is a fraudulent sign.
All right, I'm actually gonna go with your thought process here. That 0 to me,
Yeah, it's looking sketch.
yeah, that's looking a little sketch to me. So I'm gonna go with that one being fraud. The Psalm's biggest fan being a fraud.
Dude, that was go.
Let's go.
Yup, that's
Was
it.
that
That's
you?
it.
Wait,
Was that you?
Why are you high-fiving? I'm not,
I don't know. I just felt good about myself in that moment. I'm
you know,
not
I
gonna
love that.
lie.
I love that for you. Let's take a look at that next one.
Thanks for not leaving me hanging though. That could have been very bad.
What the?
So many goats. It's a zoo. NRG.
Oh, these are good drawings.
Wait, these are
If you-
amazing drawings.
If you are my friend, truly my friend,
Wait, what
you
is
know
that?
which one I made.
Look at the collar. Look at the collar, the NRG.
I'd wear that. I'd wear that energy choker.
I'm gonna let him decide on this one. I'm staying out of this just because it's a lose-lose.
If you
for
were
me.
my actual friend,
Yeah,
you
see
would know
how
which one I made.
this is a lose-lose
You can
for
only,
me.
yes, you can only
I'm
lose.
not answering this.
In my heart, you already
I'm
lost.
pleading the
Multiple
fifth.
colors, this is the fraud. No one brings multiple colors and draws on the signs.
Would they not?
I suck at this game.
I literally.
I knew that.
I said that sentence to
I knew
you
that.
yesterday.
Why did you help me?
Womp, womp, womp.
Because
All right, we have one more
I had
for
to
you.
plead the
One more
fifth,
for
brother.
you.
I had to plead the fifth.
Which one's the fraud? This is the last one.
Shit. Made it
What?
out of Sean Garrett's chat.
No, wait, that's real. That's real. That's real.
Oh, you
This is
know.
fraud. This is the
He
fraud.
knows it's real.
Yeah.
So this is the fraud for sure?
Yeah, this is definitely the.
Wow.
Yo.
You seen it?
Yeah, I know. That's Nick's from my chat.
I thought you would get
Oh.
baited by believing in the 100 Thieves fans in the crowd, but that's
Hey,
okay.
W streamer though. He knows. He
Yeah.
knew. Like,
Yeah,
yo,
look, he
that's
looks-
one of my.
he's
and
paying
he even-
attention. We love to see
who made the
that.
sign?
I got to be aware of all the cult members I got.
Yeah.
That's a good leader.
W.
That's
Yeah,
good
I'm a good
leadership.
leader.
Good leadership at its
W shot.
finest. Love that. Well, we've identified frauds, but can this former coach and this former pro also identify rising talents? Apparently, all I'm doing today is putting you to the test. I want you guys to guess ranks. I'm going to show
scared.
you some clips from fans, viewers,
I'm
friends,
scared. I'm scared from this
acquaintances, and you have to tell me what rank you think those players are at. You're scared.
Yeah, I'm scared.
That bodes
of
well for
Yeah,
you
you
guys.
just never know.
I'm always
Like, this,
so bad.
This is
They-
such a bait
Production's getting better and better
Yeah,
at
this is a
tricking
bait.
me.
because it could be a Iron player getting.
Okay, it's going to be
clip
in your
of the year.
desks. There we go.
He's got
Wait,
all
this
the
might be
network
you
stats up.
actually, baby.
He's got all the network stats up. Nice
Must
little
be-
dash into the room, but
Wait
yo,
a second.
maybe Platt. I mean, maybe Platt because he did land some nice headshots.
Yeah. Having all of the stats up
Yeah,
like, no,
you
that's
care a
like-
little too much, right?
Yeah, you're definitely not a noob, but you're not a radiant. You're right in the middle.
You gotta be like, I'm going Platt. I'm going Platt on this clip.
What's
Plat,
right below
we're locking
plat?
plat.
Is diamond right below plat?
No,
Diamond's
no. Diamond's above Platt.
gold is below plat, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Gold 3. I'm going gold 3.
Ascendant 2? What? I mean, see, this is what I'm saying. I just don't know. Like, it's just so tough. How's that Ascendant 2? I guess it makes sense because of the stats. He's like so sweaty. He's right there. He's almost.
Yeah, but that could also have been a
He's
bait.
almost immortal.
That could have been a bait too.
Right? Yeah, I don't know.
That makes you look pro. I'd put that up too.
Let's just go
That
now.
was a warm
I'll
up.
do it in the future. It's a warm up. All right. Next clip.
Wait. Look at the gun buddy. Look at the gun buddy. You seen the gun buddy right
I
here?
like that. That's a hit.
Hold on.
Pick that up from a teammate, though,
You
probably.
don't full detect.
Yeah, what if he picked it up from
Probably
somebody?
did. That's how production rules.
What if he's in a quick play with somebody that he knows that, okay, this does not look like, is that an immortal gun buddy? This does not look like immortal right now. But the patience though.
Oh my.
Okay, we
10
wait for the
seconds
top.
left.
we knew it was a fake. Surely it's a real plant now. Oh, wait, okay, hold up. Because the shot at the end looked kind of nasty.
Did it though? Crouching and like spraying a 5-bullet burst?
I mean,
The Vandal?
could have been a whiff, no?
I think that Immortal Gun Buddy is cap. I think they're tricking us.
You think it's a pure bait?
Am I overanalyzing this?
Yeah, this is the crazy thing
All right,
about
lock
these
it in.
clips.
3, 2, 1.
Diamond.
It's
Diamond.
diamond, and it's.
Send in one. It was a bait, though.
Dude, it was a bait, though.
It was a bait. So he picked up the Vandal, or whoever was picked up the Vandal from somebody else's body.
All right, last one.
Wow, we haven't gotten one right yet.
Right here.
Okay, the confidence.
That looks kind of nice.
Last player standing.
I can tell by.
Okay.
Okay.
No way.
Like I never.
No. Shirley dies here. No way. No way.
Okay, what?
That's like a once in a lifetime ace. I'm going with what we talked about earlier, how some players get that once in a lifetime clip, but they're actually
This is gonna be
what?
iron or something.
Gold or what do you say? I'm going gold. I'm going gold or iron.
Crazy.
I'm going gold or iron.
I'm
Pick
going
one,
diamond
pick one.
again. I'm
Going
staying
diamond?
in the diamond.
Diamond, iron, because it rhymes. You should commit to the bit.
Iron.
There we
Iron.
go. That's what we
Iron
love
is
to
Gold
see.
and iron.
Let's find out. It's.
Gold. I was right.
I baited you out
Okay.
of
To
it.
be fair, I
Feeling
did say
it.
gold or iron. Dude, once in a lifetime clip.
Really good.
Wow.
You know what? That was a once-in-a-lifetime clip, and we have a team that needs a once-in-a-lifetime performance today. Our Ascension squad is up for elimination, and I think this interview with 2G's coach kind of tells the story here.
I am joined by Faith Zor for a quick word between the two maps. It was a pistol round that went your way, and then the map got a little shaky for your pick. What have you talked to the team about, and how you feeling about Lotus?
Yeah, we're doing fine. We kind of had a misplay at Garage at the 1-0, right? So that's kind of snowballed then for the next 3-4 rounds, and that kind of makes it hard. But we're doing fine. We kind of had a slow start, but yeah, we're going to be fine. Yeah, we are good.
All right, Faith Zor, hope to see it. Good luck.
Narrator's voice. It wasn't fine.
Yo.
So that was 4. It's fine. We're doing fines in a row. But honestly, you have to believe, right? You have to come in with a positive mindset. You have to kind of just erase what happened on map 1 and move on.
Yes.
They came into this supposedly they were supposed to have that underdog match, and they didn't get that. Pressure was on right away. That's tough. That's a difficult situation to be in, and they didn't get to prep for the opponent they thought they're having as well.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough situation for them, right? Even Spike being absent of the team, but Gobert stepping in for Spike actually put up some really good numbers, had some great moments. I think if this 2G team wants to make a run here, Zap, though, is the guy we need to be looking at.
That's so funny you say that. I was thinking the same thing. I was having a prep because when I think of clutch players as well, you look at that Ascension final to make it into the league.
Nuts.
He went crazy, right?
So many impact plays.
He had a 1.36 rating, and he was Mr. Do-It-All in that series.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting a big performance out of him if they want to make a little bit of a run in this tournament.
Let's talk about the comps we've seen from them. How sold were you on those Tail Breach? They also implemented Device. So they are playing to the meta. They're trying those newer things. Did you like the way they executed it?
I think that when I watch 2G play, they think more about individual holds, particularly on their defensive side. Their rotates were pretty slow.
Yes.
And I don't know if that's going to work out well with like a solo Vice on Haven. And there was a lot of holes in their game, if I'm being honest. There were moments where the individual players looked incredible, like right here. But there were so many moments where they were out of place, out of position.
Yes.
And that's where I think, Zap on the IGL role is the one that they need to look out. They need to have a big game from that role.
It truly is one of those things where you look at the comp and you're like, I see the vision. But then when you see them play the comp, you're like, this is not the vision that I was seeing. And you're right, the rotations, they didn't really make sense. They were slow.
Yeah.
It's a lot of solo holding, and I feel like you can do so much more with these compositions. I like that they cooked. I like what they're working with, but it's just like they're just not putting it together in the way that I saw it working out for them.
I do want to circle back to Gobert, though, because that was obviously the player a lot of people had their eyes on. You already mentioned he is that sub for their star player, and he's also the one player who had to switch roles. And he was top performing for their team in a loss.
I do have to say, I love when players step up to the plate like this. He understands that he has a limited opportunity, and for him to showcase himself in this type of way and be, you know, the substitute player having the best stats, I think it's a big red flag for 2G as a team to have a stand-in being like this. But I love that he's taking the most of this opportunity, because that's just everything you could hope for as a player.
That is very well said, because when you watch those clips we just saw, what you notice is a player playing Vice, a very util-heavy agent, but he's playing it mechanically. Like, he is swinging and taking multiple engagements, and he's looking clean on those fights. Now, I want to see him as the season progresses to think util first more and more and more and add that into his game. But right now, I was so impressed that first game by watching him.
I think everyone was, really. And we actually have Dryad standing by with Gobert. Let's hear what he has to say ahead of his match today.
Hey guys, I'm here with 2G Gobera, and Gobera, you were the latest addition to this 2G team, and it's a big change. You have to move countries, you have to play a new role, you need to adapt to this new system. So how has this adaptation process been like, and how do you feel now in the lower bracket to go on a run?
A Laura eu acho que não é tão relevante pra gente. A gente, claro, né, a gente sempre dá o nosso máximo. O jogo é jogado, então para ser campeão a gente precisa ganhar de todo mundo. E a questão da minha performance, eu creio que eu estou dando o meu máximo, adaptando em novas funções. Os meninos todos estão me ajudando bastante. E tem a parte também da mudança de país, né, a cultura. Então estou me adaptando bem e creio que é isso.
Yeah, the lower bracket isn't really relevant for us. We have to play as we play everyone. So to get to the final, we need to defeat every single team. So there's not much there. I feel like I'm adapting really good to the new system, the new team. All the boys are really cool, so I like working with them. And then there's this culture changing, right? Like new country, new things, and I'm adapting really well to it.
All right, thank you so much. Good luck.
Thank you.
It's great to hear that he's adapting well to it. Smile on the face ahead of the game, that's what we want to see. Now, while we just discussed that we love to see 2G cooking, they are implementing different comms, different looks, we saw none of that from the opposition. Crew running old comms into old maps, and that did not work out for them.
No, it didn't. Yeah. I was a diehard Crew fan since that LCQ run, right? They got me at that point. And when they brought Heat in, they went to a very mechanical-based lineup, right? They got rid of, I believe it was Klaus at the time?
Yes.
Yeah, and they brought in Heat, and so they were super skilled. And then when they got rid of Heat to bring in Adverso, they went back into this this old dual IGL system where Adverso is the main IGL now, Meltzer's secondary IGLing behind him. But they took a step back in the skill department, in my opinion. So they're going to have to get a little bit more creative with how they're using these double controller comps, particularly on Split, right, where they ran against that Teo.
Yeah, and the thing that we see time and time again is Kesnet still is performing.
Yeah.
But Adverso needs to step up, because he was somebody as well who usually dropped bombs when there's a successful crew. Like when we saw him in the offseason, he was playing that initiator role. He was getting a lot of kills on the Sova. But it's just something that we haven't been able to see yet. He got kind of shut down quite a bit against a team like Loud. And I mean, today I would say it's a lot easier of a matchup for them, so maybe we'll get to see them get some momentum going. But listen, Crew is staying on track. They're on par for what they do every single year. And I'm okay with it. Like, if they do bomb out here, I don't think they're gonna lose this series. But if they do bomb out here, it's on pace.
No,
they bombed out a kickoff last year.
They're not doing it, I promise you. I went back and I watched the VOD last night. And the way they lost that opening Haven game, dude. Do you remember?
No. I don't want to hear anything about their Haven attack. I want to ignore that this ever happened.
The bonus where the drone doesn't clear the corner. I'm telling you, they're a different team today. I got faith in Crew.
Well, I want to see consistency, okay? I want to see consistency. There's a lot of change happening throughout the year and in the offseason as well, but one thing remained the same. Shy, still playing Cypher, and he's still looking great at it.
Yeah, still finding those lurk timings, still winning a lot of those aim duels. There's something about this kid when he peeks out of a smoke that is just, he instas you, and that's what we saw on this Haven. He was getting a lot of good timings on the attacking side, getting entries in front B, but the problem is he's just not able to close out the rounds with his team, right?
Yeah.
And if they can figure that out, like he actually does so much in terms of creating space on the opposite side of the map that they could make a little bit of a run, but it's just too soon.
Now say it like you believe.
You haven't seen enough. Yeah, it's like, I believe in Shy.
Shy is a superstar, but he's like the third superstar on a championship team, right? Like,
Yeah.
He's a lurking sentinel. He's not going to take over the game like Kesnet will, but he's a piece on a championship team, without a doubt. This guy is a superstar. And the way he lurks is terrifying to play against on defense, right? Because he's so proddy and pokey on random rounds where he's felt out your setup, and he has the skill to really crack open rounds on the opposite side of the map for his team.
The problem is if his whole team is dead before that can happen, which what we saw a lot.
The map checks out.
that
There's
is
no
the same
players
problem.
left.
Because of, you know, big mistakes like not clearing a corner on a player and etc.
Yes.
He doesn't really have the opportunity to really shine and play his role in that potential superstar team. So, I mean, crew are going to have to clean it up big time, and we need to see that here today from them.
Yeah, let's see if they're coming in with confidence. Dryad actually has Adverso with her, so let's hear what he has to say about today's game.
Hey guys, I'm here with Adverso, the IGL for Crew Visa. And Adverso, I want to ask you now, joining this team, you've been playing with these teammates before, especially in Lev. So now in this team, is it hard to adapt? Was it easy to adapt? What was the adaptation process for you?
Al comienzo fue un poco diferente adaptarme, debido a que los chicos se mantenían en el tier 1 y venía el tier 2 y eran estilos de juegos diferentes. Pero siento que con el tiempo nos hemos ido encontrando, son personalidades que ya conozco, que hemos estado incluso desde que partió el juego jugando juntos, así que ha sido una súper buena experiencia junto a ellos.
He's saying that the adaptation process was a little bit difficult at the beginning, them being in tier 1 before and him coming from the tier 2 just last year. But just knowing them before and knowing them and even playing with them since the beta makes the adaptation process a little bit easier. Now for my second question, with this duel that we're going to have today, you're going to be facing Zap, who you lost against in Ascension. So how do you think you're going to get the upper hand on the IGL duel?
Bueno, los partidos contra Zap siempre son divertidos, siento que tenemos personalidades muy parecidas, somos personas muy extrovertidas a la hora de expresarnos, así que siento que va a ser un partido muy bueno. La última vez me ganó la Ascension sí, el primer partido lo gané yo y después le ganamos con Crew en el torneo de Tixiña, así que yo creo que van a venir con harta raya para esta serie y vamos a demostrar que estamos aptos ahora.
He's saying that the duel with Zap is always fun, and they faced each other before. Yeah, one time they won, the other time they lost. The last time it was the Tixiña tournament where Crew VCT won. So it's going to be a fun match, and they have very similar personalities where they're very excited, very hyped. So it's going to be a fun match, that's for sure. Thank you so much, Adverso. Gracias.
Thank you so much, Dryad. Adverso is, of course, just one of many new faces joining VCT Americas in 2025. And right now, we're going to rate a freshman on the rookie meter. We're going to take a look at the rookies we're going to see today in action and rank them. 5 being the best, 0 is not so good. I don't know if we're going by the numbers. You know?
Can I slap myself on 0? Like, just
You're not a rookie, bro.
Sure.
You're a 0 vet.
Yeah, wait, I'm not even. Yeah, you're a 0
Better than 0,
vet.
that's a rough
Zero
spot
bet,
to
bro.
be
It's
in.
worse.
We're starting with Adverso, though.
Okay.
Yeah, let's start with Adverso. Also doesn't really feel like a rookie, but I guess he is a rookie in the VCT sense.
Yeah, look, we haven't seen enough so far. I mean, maybe we'll rate him higher after, you know, today, if we see a lot of things cleaned up. But in that first series, we saw drones missing, certain angles. I mean, it looked rough. I've got to give him, I would say, a middle of the pack.
Yeah, I think so. I think middle of the pack is where I would put him too. The stats aren't great, but you got to keep in mind, this guy's IGLing for a new team and trying to get them on his system. So where we go? We're going 2.5? 2.5? All right, let's do it.
That looks good. Okay, just to be clear, we're ranking them based on the performance we've seen so far, not some off-season things.
Well, we'll see.
Not
We'll see.
Okay, well, there's no rules apparently.
We'll see.
Throw it all out of the window. Right, let's go with 2G. We go with the entirety of the team, of course, since they're all rookies. Where do you see them? Don't be mean. Don't be mean.
I mean, if we can't add the offseason, we're only going off the last series where
That's
they
right.
lost to a tier 2 team.
Yeah, well, and that
I mean, we
means
would
that-
have to surely rate them under Adverso, for sure, right? Charlotte?
2-game, 0 wins. Yeah, I'm gonna
0-2?
go. We have to give them a 1 because they're probably
one?
a sub. Like they can't be 0.
No, they're not 0.
They're
They
not.
made
Yeah, but
league.
the off-season tournaments they won was with that sub, so I don't think you can actually use that.
Oh, so we are counting the offseason.
Oh, no, we're not, but he
She's fair-
did.
she's-
so
I'm
just-
going 1.5 then. I'm going
yeah,
1.5.
let's go 1.5.
And that's
Okay.
mainly because of Gobert.
Yo, silence is insane. How dare you?
No, and to be fair,
Actually.
he did have a positive first kill, first death on that
Yes.
duelist, even getting blown out by
Okay.
Turtle Truth YFP.
Right, let's bring this one's exciting. Mada.
Mada.
Energy's Mada, so highly rated coming into this season, and quite frankly, Mada and some, they were fragging out. They
Yeah.
were looking good. Mada was turning it up.
I'm a fan.
I'm high.
I'm a fan.
I'm the biggest fan of Mata there is.
Well, 5 it is.
There is
Five
not a
it
bigger.
is.
This 0 to 5 chart doesn't go high enough for Mata in my
Yeah,
opinion.
I'm going with a 5 just based off of NRG needed a duelist like him.
Yes.
For years now, I feel like they've needed someone like Mata.
Dude.
And he's aggressive. He gives them a new look.
And the vibes.
Yes.
He brings the vibes to this
And
team.
energy.
I didn't see them smile for 2 years until they picked him up.
He brings the energy. That's what
Let's just put him on the spike,
Yes.
dude.
Put him on the spike. Yeah, all right. All right. So he's above 5.
All right.
Verno?
Yeah,
Ooh,
let's go with
teammate.
Verno, teammate.
Oh, dude, Verno is actually incredible.
Yeah, he was a.
Did he pop off as much as Mada did, though, in that
He
game?
did not.
Oh, he didn't have a Verno performance, which is very odd. So.
Which means he will definitely torch 100 Thieves today.
Yeah, this guy was the offseason MVP multiple tournaments. I mean, he had the best KD in the Soup League.
Yeah.
He's ridiculous. We all know, and we've even seen that interview from Finesse, FNS saying like, "Yo, this kid, he's on that level of Leo," and then he picks him up. So it's
So
like,
you give him a 5 then for his performance thus far, or?
But we're only going by those games
That's
here, right?
I gotta give him a 3.5.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm breaking the rules. I'm putting him on 4. He's too good. I don't care
It
if he
feels
had a bad
weird
game.
putting him at 3.5.
It feels
doesn't
weird. He's too
Yeah.
good. He's
All
too
right, put him
They
at
lost
4.
a match, and he was not.
We do.
Okay.
We have
I
to
feel
punish
an
him for
NA
losing,
bias.
but
There's
we also
some
have to be biased.
I was about to say, there's a little bit of an NA bias going on
Just
here.
a little bit.
Hey, yo.
All right, Xander, what you got for me?
I think that it looks like a great hockey player. No, I'm kidding. He's looked good on this team. I don't think he's had a big performance where he's really taken over so far. But I think that the chemistry that he has with EU specifically has brought a new look to this 100 Thieves team where I'm like, okay, I could see 100 Thieves being good without Bang.
Yeah, I think he's played below his own standards, but I like the new look for the team. And let's be honest, he's a good-looking dude. I mean,
Yeah.
were we adding that into
Wait,
this or
sorry,
what?
Are we adding that into this? I think we got to put him at that 4 level. I think we gotta
4
put him
level?
at
All
that
right,
4 level,
just
yeah.
should we go over Verno? Right on top.
All right, and this is how we rate our rookies that we're going to see today. So let's shift back to the teams we're going to see first and the players as well. This season is a homecoming for one of them. Messina, of course, is who I'm talking about. He's playing once again with Crew Visa and Kesnit. So we spoke with the duo about their past, present, and about their future.
Bueno, obviamente partí en Crew en 2020, 2021. Estábamos juntos, pues, weón. ¿Ya?
No, yo entré después.
Entraste a mitad de año.
21 creo.
2021 y fue mi primer salto como a Tier 1.
Cuidado con queso. La mira contra Ken. Crow en el suelo. Uno mata a más Crow. Detectado. Busca la triple. Quiere la cuadro. Matino que lo sienta. Ahí está Matino.
Y obviamente yo era un pendejo, no conocía nada. Aprendí demasiado. Después ese mismo año tuvimos la run milagrosa. Llegamos a semifinales, amasamos y después...
Se viene el avance igualmente por parte de Dalsik. 87 de vida. Desde atrás. La baja por parte de Nats. Aplicaba.
Nada, creo que en ese tiempo teníamos mucha sinergia y era como así como la dupla la que teníamos, que él era como flasher y yo como el segundo duelista, porque en ese momento todavía no era el primero.
Pero siento que dentro del juego evolucioné mucho como jugador, ya sea apuntando simplemente o dando ideas, calls, etc. Y en utilidad también me perfeccioné mucho. Y así que eso, yo creo que soy una
máquina.
Soy una versión mucho mejor de la que era hace 2-3 años.
Yo creo que, no sé, tenemos demasiada experiencia, también los cabros se conocen bastante y nada, creo que estamos preparados para muchas cosas, pero tenemos que verdaderamente así como como soltarnos, como lo hacemos como en entrenamiento, no dudar tanto, no caer en el juego de los rivales. Creo que eso, más que nada, necesitamos un poco más de tiempo.
Yeah, I mean, Mizzino had a rough showing in that first series, but we know the potential that he can hold with that initiator, with the flashes enabling Kaznet.
Absolutely. I'm excited to see what they have in store for us today, as we're seeing 4 teams that will be taking to the stage again, but only 2 will be moving forward. It is, once again, Elimination Day. Up first, it's 2G versus Crew Visa. Day 6 of VCT Americas Kickoff starts right now.
Cara, eu acho que a Cru, eu acho que parte da mesma resposta que eu mandei da Loud. E é isso, eu acho que a gente conhece bastante eles, a gente está acostumado a jogar contra eles nos treinos.
Les va a costar mucho más tomar momentum. Nosotros también ya competimos off-season contra ellos, les ganamos. Que va a ser un nuevo partido divertido contra ellos y esperar lo mejor de lo de nosotros.
A gente conhece o jeito do adverso comandar, que é o capitão deles, pelo Ascension também. Eu acho que vai ser um jogão também.
One enemy remaining.
Riot Games Arena, it's time to get this do or die match started. Faz muito barulho para 2G!
This squad fought tooth and nail for their spot in VCT America, so rest assured they're not going down without a fight in the kickoff tournament. They're up against a familiar foe as well at the consolation final of the Ticino Invitational. The Crew won 2-0. They got to turn it around this time.
Yeah, and this is, like we said in the pre-show, Zap's rematch, right? A great IGL. We've seen the clips of him, embracing Spike after that first loss in Ascension. It caused the team to turn it back around, win Ascension, and here they are in VCT. I have a lot of faith in Zap to be a top IGL in our region, not only this season, but for many seasons moving forward.
Y en el otro lado, ellos confían y ustedes también tienen que confiar porque llega Crew Visa.
I mean, listen, they may have lost one of the top fraggers heading into the season, but they gained 2 seasoned players in Adversa and Messino. They did come alive in their last series. It was just a little bit too late. They're gonna turn up today.
Yeah, and if you're gonna run vanilla comps like Crew likes to do, you gotta do the little things right. You have to be clearing your corners. You have to be doing your due diligence. I think that if they can start on the attacking side and play their own game and do all the little things correctly, they have a really good opportunity to make a little bit of a run here in this lower bracket.
Yeah, and like you said, it's all about who makes the least mistakes when you watch a Crew game, right? They're gonna run those vanilla comps. They're gonna run a lot of 1-3-1 defaults on their attack, where there's a cluster of 3 players hitting the center of the map. They're pushing and pulling rotations, and it's all about abusing their opponents.
All right. We're now waiting for the map select. Where do you want to see them? I know what I don't want to see. I don't want to see Haven again.
From Crew?
You think Crew just has
Take it out.
nightmares right now? They're gonna.
I'm having nightmares from
You're
it.
having
It's keeping me
nightmares?
up at night.
Crew does love
It's such a Crew map. That's the
is.
thing, right? But the thing is, with them kind of still getting used to the systems and everything, they might not have the protocols in place for retaking and whatnot that they've had success on in the past, and we will get the map pools.
Blue Bandits, there we go.
And you know what? This Abyss map was played so much from both these teams in the offseason. I have to mention it. They both played it not only against other teams many times, against each other.
Yeah.
So they're very familiar.
And Split also for Crew. Honestly, I like that. They look good against Loud.
Yeah. They looked very good against Loud. Now, they had footage of that Teo comp when they played Loud, and they still fell to it. But I truly think that it's a map that suits Crew well, right? They like running, we've said it with the default comp they like, spreading out the map, pushing and pulling rotations with double controller comps. I expect them to run that same comp as they did last week. Ooh, the Yori Jet, let's go.
Double controller composition. I think in the past, heavily, this 2G team has liked to play either the Cypher or the Vice. I mean, so this is kind of a new look as well from the side of 2G. And
actually, they played the Yoru on Haven against Furia. They're very
true, very true. And here we go. This is a new composition as well from the side of Crew, running a double controller, this time with a Viper.
I've seen some interesting looks there from both of those teams. Pressure is on in this high-stakes match, and we've got just the casters for that job. It's, of course, Mimi and Ender.
Thanks very much to Zoe and the desk. We've got another elimination game on the cards here. Our Ascension team taking on Crew Visa. And this is one we saw in the offseason. But since then, both these teams have taken to new compositions. And we've got a Sentineless Abyss.
Yeah, this game is going to be really fun. I've got a feeling. So we got double duelist, double smokes on one side versus double duelist, double innie on the other. We're going to be doing a bit of nerding out, but for these teams on stage, what it means is figuring out their opponent's game plan as quick as possible. So like you mentioned, it's do or die now.
It's time for Samsung match start. Load up fast with Samsung SSDs.
And we are not going to have a lot of time before these teams start brawling it out. Already looking at the early positioning on minimap. Crew setting up for an A hit, and it's really just LZ here to hold.
Yeah, likely just going to have to play into the retake. As Zap actually teleports up, has a walk down mid. Melzer, he's spotted. Melzer's a dead man walking, and Zap finishes the job.
And he's an astronaut up in outer space, gets caught completely out. Now Crew have an easy plant, and they're gonna look to flip this. Fighting into Ivy with Mazzino. Has a flash in hand, but keeping that at bay for the time being. Keep your eyes on this flank, though. Shy has the chance to ruin 2G's round. The first fight goes good for Crew, and now the pinch can come in. Shy, lying in wait, gets that first one, is able to turn it into a second. Crew running away with it.
Now a 2v3, and Gobera isolated.
What?
It's messy, and somehow he wins that. Kesnet low. Another chance for Gobera, and he rises to that occasion as well. Now just Shy left. A 1v2. That's what I planned for him. That's a good start. Prize has to get this halfway. He only has 30 health, and this is Shy's round to win. He'll swing out and finish the job. An incredible clutch to start for Crew Visa.
Just insane there. Shy pulling that one through. Both players so low. Ultimately, it is Shy with the Red Bull clutch and the 4K there on the Viper. He was that late insurance that Crew had left all the way back towards their spawn. And even though the one player he let past him ended up nearly winning the round, he's steady with it at the end to close things through.
The Death was talking about him. Really the safe hands for Crew, always working these slow lurks, putting a lot of those clutch situations, and a lot of the iteration of the roster. You know, Shy's good for it.
Looks like another strong open here for Crew. Look at that. Outlaw purchased on the attacking side, and there's no armor here for 2G, so that's going to be some pretty high damage. 2G also went for some Sheriffs here, so some options in future rounds with light armor coming in for Kesnet to really do some work on that pick.
Let's take a second to talk about these comps, because no Sentinel Viper is one you don't really ever see on Abyss these days.
Neither team rocking for the Senti, so things that the teams are going to have to be worrying about a lot is, well, for Crew side on the attack here, make sure they're controlling the extremities and playing for flanks. That's what we saw here at the start of the round with some mid-control of the Viper, and of course over in A main at the start. But also Crew are going to have to fight for mid-control and flush out potential lurks later in.
It's a good kill for Cabrera. Gonna maybe get silly around this pillar yet again. Melzer won't let him though, and that's a B side all but open.
Yeah, no one too close from Crew to actually find an ultimate. So I think 2G sticking this round out, seeing if they can knock 2 players off the board would be a success for them in this one. Make sure that at least one of the 3 rifles Crew bought can't be carried on over. There you go. Typical util pattern to flush out backside with the dart. Could throw a flashback there if they wanted to, but without the jet to follow off or anything like that. Crew are just going to sneak their way out of the site. Make sure they hold on to these.
Keep your eyes out as you watch 2G this map. They're almost always going to have smokes to cycle. On the retake, they're going to be able to constantly have the choke smoked off, be cutting off the defenders in that site. And once they get to their attacking side, it lets them get really pesky, pushing up mid, lurking into sites, which I think especially makes playing No Senti a little difficult into this comp.
Yeah, that's sort of the thing that you're getting with the double circle smokes. Without having passive control over mid, you just throw down a smoke on bot mid at the start of the round, and unless crew are putting multiple bodies in there to fight through that space, or just letting a guy like Shy really take a chance on a timing, it's not going to be so easy to contest that area of the map.
Well, tech pause to start things off. We'll get you guys information on that as soon as possible. Audio issue. Hopeful to have that one sorted out soon. To pull out for a second though, 2G, it was a tough start. Playing up against that Furia sub-roster, falling down here, I think a really disappointing start for this team. And to me, this is their chance to learn from that. You had your first match, the jitters are gone, you're comfortable here in Americas now, to take a win against a really respectable team.
Yeah, I mean, if 2G are able to turn it around, then all of a sudden the narrative, even just winning one series here would change for this team. Because I think right now, after losing that sub-roster, everyone is justifiably so pretty down on 2G. The new team entering into the league, losing to a squad of subs. But really, all it takes is that one first win, and you can start to rebuild the trust.
Absolutely, and for 2G, of course, for any team, losing in kickoff is tough, but it's just kickoff, right? You're not going to go to Bangkok, you're not going to get points, but you'll come back for stage 1, stage 2. There are chances.
Yeah.
But for 2G, I think it is all the more important, right? Being an Ascension team, only having 1 year in the league to start things right.
Yeah, for context, kickoff not being indicative of your whole entire year, we have examples from last year. Leviathan, for example, not making top 2 in their group. 100 Thieves as well. Well, what did those teams go on to do? Very good things. Now, 2G have a much longer road ahead of them than that, but it goes to show that there is time to work with, and for a team like 2G that is awaiting a superstar coming into this roster around June, when Spike turns 18, this team is just hoping to get off the ground running so they can lay the groundwork for him to join the roster.
What do you think the lore is with Zap's, is that a llama, an alpaca?
I was going to go with alpaca, and I'm just going to say it's because alpacas are cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you not like alpacas?
No, I think they're cool.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Good discussion.
I mean, honestly, it's possible that this is just a stuffed animal diff, because I'm pretty sure Crew side has quite a few of them. I know a bunch of the players in our league got stuffed animals from here and there, always repping them out on stage. But as far as I can tell, I don't think 2G have brought any with them. Maybe that was the difference maker. You never know.
We'll have to see. The admins on stage still working on that audio issue, so we're hoping to get back in as soon as possible. But while we wait, earlier we spoke with Silence about 2G's challenges moving from Ascension to the VCT Americas stage. Let's check this out.
Cara, o time que jogou o Ascension ainda é o mesmo. Só mudou uma peça que é o Spike, mas ele continuou com a gente. Eu acho que pra gente colocar isso no VCT Américas, eu acho que a gente precisa de um pouco mais tempo. A gente chegou 2 semanas atrás e a gente está treinando ainda, a gente está nos acostumando com onde a gente está. A gente está num lugar novo, querendo ou não. A gente vai ficar 1 ano num lugar novo, querendo ou não. E acostumar com os outros times, o jeito que a gente tem que jogar. E querendo ou não, é muito diferente do Brasil. É o mais alto nível que a gente está jogando, então acho que é isso. E sim, o nosso time do Ascension vai voltar. A gente vai corrigir os erros novamente, como eu disse, e vamos melhorar para a próxima partida, sim.
And you hear it there from Silence. There's a lot to adjust to, as not just an Ascension team coming up to VCT Americas, but a Brazilian team moving to Los Angeles to do this. And it's not just adapting your life to be here, it's adapting your in-game ideas, it's getting used to playing on a stage instead of online challengers matches. I think it's a really tough sell to succeed early on as one of these squads.
I think another thing that people don't really consider is how much it changes just your practice environment that you're hinting out there. Not just like the routines you get into, but also like who your like scrim partners going to be throughout the week, right? You're playing so far away on ping, you're probably in Brazil not going to be scrimming up against a bunch of North American teams. But coming here, you're going to find new partners to get to work with. That's where you're going to be testing out your new ideas, new comps like 2G are rocking here up on Abyss. But you really do have to settle in and find that time and also perform as well so you can get better competition to practice up against.
Absolutely. Looks like we're hopping back into the action
Let's go.
here. Tech pause is over, and for those just joining, Crew won the pistol, had a clean anti-eco conversion. We find ourselves on their bonus now.
Now, one thing I'm going to be looking at during this attack side for Crew is where these Viper walls are going, because they've flexed around between the A site and the B site now. And those things can be really annoying for late lurks. Even that orb that Shy just popped in top mid to try and fight back. You can see double smoke spent by Crew to threaten a walk-up, threaten that he could have taken space. And this time, 2G is opting not to fight for that. Instead, looking a little bit more active on this B site with the crossfire.
Reclear going on into mid. You see the constant threat of not having info util there. Have to make sure you're policing, not letting anyone walk up on you.
This is looking like perhaps a fake onto the A side of the map if they wanted to send this with Kesnet, because right now the spike running very far away from that A side. And the drone is going into the A site. So with this wall up, really the only player going to be able to hold on A is Zap. If a smoke goes down, that could be hard for him to get the space on. Bring your attention over to A, and it's just Gobert here to take first contact.
So one-man Crew on B. Astra's there, but will be a little bit of a late rotation if Crew decides to contact their way up. It's just what they're doing. Gobert is spotted, support's underway, and he'll have to dip back. Suppress, so that dash won't get him out in time, and Amali soon overwhelming means that Crew will scale in. LZ on the close angle, already dead from Melzer, and the trade's good from Mazzino as well. Crew have got B.
And 2G, they're just going to have to save. They were 3 stacked over onto the A side. One of the things with Crew keeping so much attention over to the A side of the map is that Silence never actually set up that second teleport, so wasn't able to have a quick rotation onto the B side. Usually that's what you're trying to get out of this Yoru, is sort of threatening that you can be fighting on both sides of the map at the same time, but just a well-crafted round, and unfortunately a pretty underwhelming hold from this weak side of 2G.
I was critical of Crew's Haven when we saw it last week because it felt like they were playing the same ideas they have for years, right? Slow contact around the map, get Kesnet embedded in an angle, try and get him an early op pick, and then go for these late hits. But I think that style is actually extremely effective into a comp like this, where you don't have that much active info, and you can really get away with just contacting around the map and finding late hits like they did there.
It also plays to the ideas of this Crew comp, right? Because they are playing with the Viper, and Viper is one of the best agents at supplementing lurks on the attacking side. It doesn't necessarily have to be Shy doing the lurking himself for Crew. It can be anyone on this team, so they can move that around to always keep 2G guessing.
No surprises about that stat from Mazzino. He was incredible last year on Leviathan. Now coming back together on this team with what was basically that original 2022 Leviathan roster. Now with him added into the mix.
I do appreciate this A main defaulting, comboing the flash and the Sova dart. On Teddy Tactics, we call that the flare. Makes it impossible to break the dart, or you get flashed, or if you turn away from the flash, you're getting darted.
And this was brutal. 2G is stacked over towards B. They have no way to know what's going on past this smoke. And Crew just waltzed into the site. That's a good dart, though. The guys, he just couldn't find the spam, and he's actually the one to receive some damage instead.
2G fully pushed on through B. I like that Crew are showing this super fast just walk into A contact-wise. After last round, they baited out so much time there.
And where's 2G gonna go? The full group towards spawn. Want to make this retake a reality, but that Viper wall again becomes an issue in this post plant, where it's another piece of util you have to get through on your retake.
Yeah, you're getting damaged. Also, from up there, Kesnet can take a shot, they can throw the wall up, and then he's out of there, no problem.
And here's that opportunity. Leg shot onto Gobera. Kesnet will escape, the wall will activate, and Shy is allowed to play front sight because of it. Pride's the only man towards heaven, already taken care of, and the time has whittled so far. 2G can't hope for really anything but damage here, and they're not even getting that.
I love that little anti-eco play there.
I'll pick some apart.
And Crew feel confident enough to just walk out of A main because, again, what that wall is doing is just breaking that initial crossfire angle that defenders would be playing there. So that seems like it's going to be the default wall every round. We can stop, nerding out about that at this point. See what else Crew can show us. I expect them to continue playing slower rounds after having that quicker one on the anti-eco.
See the frustration on Zap's face. It was a tough game for him to start, Remember, he was their best player in that Ascension Finals that got them to VCT Americas. On top of just being a fragger in the server, the leader in game, the emotional leader, lifting up his players out of game.
Yeah, we saw that clip, right, with Zap and Spike backstage, just how insane that was. Getting the young gun out, up, and really helping them on their Ascension run.
So when you're looking for 2G to get comfortable here in VCT Americas, you really have to look to Zap and what he can do to build up the rest of his team, make them feel comfortable, and find the right call.
I think we were expecting him to be a little bit more fiery as well in terms of how he can shoot, but hasn't been super stunning just yet. Of course, they've only played the one series. They got shut out of that quickly, but 2G also just needs some individuals to step up in server here as well, and that brings my eyes this round to Gobera's Jet. He's got the operator in hand. He's going to be playing a lobby, but again, with the way Crew been playing there and with the wall to break angles, it's hard for him to find an angle.
But Gobera was far and away the best player of 2G's opening game. He really impressed as a super sub against the superist subs of Furia.
Yeah. Dart goes down into mid, but Gobera did go for the little glide across. He'll be posted up in A main. But Crew are just going to move away from that, I expect. They know Gobera had money for the operator. Maybe even heard the glide if they were close up. And with Silence playing on the B side of the map, it means, again, there's not going to be a quick rotate. KO ultimate can come on out. Mazzino starts to clear, and with the knife seeing absolutely no one on site, Crew are going to fly on in.
That's good spam from LZ. But Mazzino can get rezzed immediately, and the spam back from Kevin is all the better. Silence will get one and escape, so it's 4v4. A doable retake, but look at the tools for Crew. A Hunter's Fury still.
Even so, that mid lurk was cleared out by Zap. He's down to 30 HP, but numbers are in the 2G camp. Right now, Crew playing pretty aggressively with Shy sticking around on site.
A lot falls down to Shy. Drone does not spot him. He's got a chance for greatness. Gobera, though, catches Mazzino running out in the open. That Hunter's Fury will be used early, and Shy gets nothing on the site. Adverso, I don't think there's anything he can do to stop 2G's retake at this point. This will collect a couple kills on his way out of the round as 2G claim their first.
Yeah, that said, 2G do excellent work there to clear away the mid lurk, to get that flood going on in, to dodge away from the Sobel. No one actually fell to that one. And they hold on to the operator, so they can keep fighting here moving forward. There's that fight into mid. Honestly, it was a little bit weird. Crew had a couple of these angles with players just sort of running out into the open.
Yeah, Mazzino trying to cross over, the heaven smoke falling right as he runs into the open.
I think what Crew realized was once their mid lurk went down, they were like, we actually can't play heavy off site because we don't have that late round security. So they were trying to get back over to Pillar. Didn't work for him.
Crew buying into an attack-sided operator this time for Headset.
That they are. Now, Crew, I mean, wow, they just take out the Astra, and so they can accelerate. I was going to say they won't accelerate, but if you get the pick here and they know it's the weaker side of the map, why not?
Yeah, they find the weak side. Kesnet walks in with nothing to stop them.
Yeah, they only had 3 players here because Shy was on mid duty, Melzer was holding A main. 2G in a pretty bad position to retake again, even though it's still the same numbers as last time. This time, Gobera way further away from the team, and Crew aren't giving them any picks in mid.
Kesnet also still has a dash. He can stick around, re-aggress, and hold towards the library.
Drone on the way.
Flash off his contact from Mazzino. Kesnet has bought enough time. He'll leave the site now. And 2G can't capitalize. They just run into the meat grinder of Crew.
Wow, that post-plant utility was crazy. I'm pretty sure Mazzino's knife just caught all 4 players. Then Adverso also had the recycle of his dart coming up against the back wall. 2G just not ready to actually break those pieces of utility, and they paid the price for it.
I think a little too slow on that retake attempt too. By the time Util was going in for sight, the Crew players felt comfortable to fully vacate and just play into this refight look.
Yeah, knife catches all 4. I love that we get his POV to get to confirm on that. He's shooting it after it too. Not bad.
That's how he farms his assists.
It's true. The reason why they were so slow, though, is again because the Jet was all the way in A main. But this round, it'll be a different story. B Heaven, twice now the Astra's gotten picked there by Kesnet. This time Gobera trying to bring some firepower to it.
Zap already pushed away.
Yeah, but they heard the op shot. Gobera tried to do a little bait and switch there with Zap. Didn't find the mark, so, okay, what does that mean? Well, the Sova can start running towards the A site. Orbs and smokes could go down into mid and start threatening a lurk as well.
Kesnet very deep in mid with the operator.
There it is, just like
Smoke
clockwork.
falls. There might just be a pixel there.
Because the danger of walking into mid is if the enemy op would be there, but as soon as you spot it, have some liberty, take that space. Really like that look, and now trying to pop over into this A exec.
I have the spike. No Astra Star ready to go in main. Just deep anchoring.
Well, now the spike's been heard. Rotates are on the way. Shy might just pop the ultimate to help them flood out here. Nice shot through the smoke onto LZ. And Crew have some time to work with. They're not rushing their way into the site. They want to buy some time before sticking the spike because all this while, that Astra is coming in on the lurk.
Spike is down. 2G, 3 players working through spawn together, but again, Crew have very good post-plant positions here.
2G also just don't have the rifles. They're getting jumped up on now, too. It's a diabolical spray from Shy. Kesnet's still there, though.
Doesn't matter, though. That flank's coming in. Kesnet is drifting his way off the side of the map, trying to find a connection with the blades. He won't get a kill, but he's done enough. Ops on the ground. Melzer has arrived, and he'll close this round out onto prize.
I really like the pacing that Crew have been calling in these rounds. Again, all they do is delay their plant by 5 to 8 seconds there. But what it does is make sure that there's going to be in a spot to get that exit kill on the flank. You can see too how annoying with the jet knives you can be. You're smoked off in main, but you can still find those angles gliding off the edge of the map. Makes these retakes really complex.
2G, very heavy mid play. They're going to try and go aggressive this time. Take pace into their own hands.
Teleport in. Running down on the lower angle.
Shy doesn't want the smoke.
Yeah, Shy's kind of figured this out. They're bringing in assistance, but Zap gets the first one. 2G not slowing down. They're holding their ground, and Shy nearly had them all. A smoke will push him off the angle. And now Crew's problem is, can they recover that spike? Because Zap is still trying to hold it. Melzer finds that kill on the other side.
Kesnet, those two players are here. It's just waiting to see a piece of a member of 2G.
2G have called the late B finish. 3 players ready for this one. Prize the solo A player, but that's not going to matter. If Silence can find something from heaven here, then pop into the ult, he could cause serious issues for Crew on the exec.
Astra pull in, Crew again. Disciplined. Waiting for all this utility to be used, and then walking into the site. Kesnet still a turret in main, holding things down. That flash is excellent from 2G, but it's only 1 for 1. Kesnet has the trade, and now there's a Viper spit up in this post. Concealment. No drone on the Sova even.
2G just can't find a way in yet. It'll be Melzer first. Right up in front of this smoke.
Trying to go over the top.
A nice shot, Kesnet just picks off prize. Melzer's waiting in the same exact spot. It's all on Gobera. Hold on. 1-on-1, but the smoke falls, and Kesnet is going to see it through 7-1.
Kesnet doing so much that round. From basically one position in main.
He was the only guy playing outside of the Viper's pit, so he needed to be able to find those swings, get those timings. I think very good news for Crew is Melzer finding that kill. I think Zap nearly had a chance to just solo win the round after the first pick that isolated the spike. But recovering that was everything for Crew.
Yeah, completely solo support by Fire Element. Keeps Crew alive inside of their Viper's pit.
2G's move after losing basically every round is just unstoppable aggression. Last round it was running into mid. Here it's the paranoia and a bunch of pistols running into A main, but it's not going to matter with no one left on the B site.
This B site has been a big problem for 2G. Their comp just really doesn't have any Sol utility besides this Astra, so I don't even know how they can stop these heartbeat hits.
Yeah, I mean, you're just forced to fight the angles, and, well, as the Astra, it's not so fun doing that thing. You've got to bring over, you know, Silence or Gobera if you're going to have a chance, but that really restricts the aggression. So when they're looking for these quick plays down mid, down mains, you're going to be forced to play that really, really unfortunate spot from LZ.
Kesnet 11 kills to 2 deaths.
Yeah, typical Kesnet day.
Yep.
Do like the crew have an outlaw and an operator. Just add insult to injury on the anti-eco.
Well, Melzer is the coat check. He's holding on to that for next round. So that Kesnet can have the better sniper in this one.
Yeah, Kesnet might just throw the outlaw off the map and buy. Their econ's just simply that good. Yep. You just can't hold the ground angle, realistically, unless you're playing right side heaven, like player perspective right side heaven, but then you can't get the crossover unless you have a dash or a TP. So solo anchoring that side is Astra. Personal experience, I can tell you, not fun at all, and it's not been a good game so far from LZ.
Crew will head towards A this time. Paranoia prime from the defense, though. Oh, go insta combined with the Hunter's Fury. That's going to catch on to Kesnet. He'll dash away. Try and run for the hills, but he cannot escape from Prize.
Okay. Got something there with the early opener. There wasn't even a duelist behind that either. Trying to feint maybe more players on this side of the map. Now, Crew won't really be slowed down. They can throw up the wall. Mazzino's going to pop the ultimate. Melzer's got his in the post. And with Adverso picking off Zap, top site. Well, that's an easy plant. 2G are forcing the 4v4 retake.
Spike planted.
2 ults for 2G.
They're pushing up the rope. Eyes on Shy here. As the wall comes down, it's Crew on the offensive. Flash through the smoke. Popping for that one. Crew don't quite find their mark, and they're forced to fall back.
Back into the site they go. Silence is in with the ultimate. This is a must-win round for 2G, and Adverso! Stunning shots backside. Cuts 2G apart.
Crew just never stopped fighting him. Like, the first fight was a cool idea up into heaven. It didn't work, so they just kept fighting everywhere else.
Adverso wants his revenge. When he was on All Night, he lost to these guys in Ascension. They won their spot in Americas. But he's back on a Tier 1 team, and he's giving it to him this game.
I mean, look at that. Nice awareness taken down to 30 HP. You gotta feel good after starting off a game like this. Of course, Crew didn't come into Americas this year, living up to maybe a little bit of some of that off-season hype. But right now, taking care of business as usual.
Gobert is just going on a walk. And Melzer's whipping a little bit. That's an opener that 2G will take.
Maybe he was trying to shoot the knives that were floating around his head. I'm not quite sure. Still, Crew quickly sees some space up into mid. Nice little nade forces Prize out into the open. Even when things are going wrong, they're kind of going right for Crew.
Adverso's going to be embedded so deep into their spawn. Kesnet just sprinting on through.
And now look at this pinch. Poor LZ. You thought he had a tough time on B. Now they're coming at him from every single angle, and there's just 5 knives in his chest.
And nothing the man could do. And from an excellent start,
Spike planted.
it's an all but lost round for 2G.
Yeah, money is not good either, so I mean, you kind of need to play this round out and try to clutch it, but then you don't have a buy. It's not a fun position to be in.
You're also retaking into an outlaw. Both players one shot to that gun.
And the forward positioning Crew have, once again, is problematic. Couple off angles held.
Okay.
Good shot from Gobera.
Good start, but time is so low. They have to excel into the site immediately, Kesnet.
Shy's right beneath him. Look at this guy. He's just a troll lying down here. Gobert is still getting those knives. This guy starting to get a little bit better. 1-on-2 now. Somehow Adverso is down in numbers, but he pops the ultimate. There's no chance he pulled off. The clock is dwindling away. It's not going to happen. Gobera already pulled away. Crew up on 10.
And he couldn't really get more heartbreaking than that for Gobera. A 4K in the round. A bit of hope coming back. Ripped away at the end by this Red Bull clutch.
Some might argue he should never have been in a position to clutch this. Well, I was saying, like, all the off angles should have been really hard for 2G to get back in. What it did mean was it was a lot of those individual fights Crew were taking, and once they got a little flustered on those opening shots, Gobert had some openings.
Yeah, I mean, 3 Crew players had whiffs in spots where they were in advantage spots.
Crew are feeling a little bit overconfident, you might say, for good reason. It's 10-1.
They're up 10-1.
Maybe it's just the right amount of confident. I don't know.
You can afford to lose a round when you're up 10-1.
I just like to imagine Adam yelling at them after they win 13-1 or something like this.
The classic game, watch a coach reaction cam. Is their team winning or losing? Hard to tell.
Well, early drone goes through, sees the one, and crew are going to move over into B, but 3 players are stepping down now from 2G. Warning shots. Don't come at our site. Kesnet, you got to heed the call, my man.
I think that was a little bold.
They told you not to come here.
Crew just swing into 2G and Silence. Happy to take some kills back. If Melzer gets this kill.
Is there even a part of you that believes?
If Melzer gets this kill, I believe like 25%.
Okay.
But it's not
Prize will
happening.
take care of business. Look, 2G, at least they get this round at the end, but this has been a tough start to the newest team in Americas.
Crew VCT just looking on point here. Individual confidence at the end gives 2G 2 rounds.
That pullback start was kind of sweet. I like that. Getting ready, angling for those shots, but yeah, it is starting to slip away. Crew are just looking completely to outmatch 2G. We're moving to the half before we come back to finish this one.
Oof, stuck paying for that old phone? Don't be. You know, at Verizon, we'll pay off your phone. And you'll get iPhone 16 on us. That's a value of up to $1,600, only on Verizon.
Well, Keston has started this game 15-5 on Abyss, and that was only the attacking half.
Yeah, it might get worse here before it gets better, but we'll see. Look, 2G, they've got some fun ideas on this attacking side. Look, when you're running Jet, when you're running Yoru and the Omen, those are 3 agents that can just try and dive in and overwhelm a site. Also, to be fair, 2G were playing defense side Abyss.
That's true.
Look,
attack side of map, triple dive comp.
I'm telling you all right now, during the break, I was tasked with coping. So I will be doing the coping. You'll be keeping me real, Mimi.
Okay.
This pistol round, 2G, they're going to destroy this B site.
Destroy it.
We'll see, we'll see.
Well, Crew does have a pretty good setup here. 2 players. Kesnet with the Sheriff.
It might actually just be a full fake hit because the spike is on A. They TP'd right into the Sheriff, Mimi. Okay, the spike was moving back into A. Silence jumped out of there. So yeah, the full fake has been bitten on. That A side is left open, but they're still at a numbers of disadvantage.
Yeah, weird start, but they will get the spike down. The question, how does 2G approach this post plant?
Oh, they're pushing back for CT, it looks like, with Silence at least.
But it's not planted for the flip. Still planted for main. Molly's gonna do some good damage. Silence, oh, he's just overwhelmed. Too many odds to spawn, and it's another 1-by-1 fight for Prize to die as well. 1 by 1 they swing, 1 by 1 they fall. Crew up to 11.
I mean, I like the idea on paper. 2G, they showed, again, those 3 agents I was just talking about, they can all TP dash into the site. They showed that. Unfortunately, player was just right up close, so yeah, weren't blocked out. Oh, the jet smoke was late. That's the problem. You got to smoke before the Omen TP or it's just easy spams.
when you look at this comp, it tells to me, like, hey, we don't actually have a lot of fighting utility. This isn't a double initiator comp. You need great fundamental coordination between the players. Double swings being set up on every angle. Doing a lot with a little. But thus far, I think Crew have looked fundamentally better. So many rounds where 2G players are swinging into a double swing, something along those lines.
Yeah, 2G, they forced up. They know it's all or nothing. Now Gobert actually got the outlaw. There's 3 players on light armor. That's who my eyes are on for 2G now. Whether or not they can find a pick into mid, but with all these smokes, it's really hard, and Silence just goes straight into Shy. It's a repeat of the pistol, except instead of Zap jumping in, it's Silence. And now they're playing without a Yoru. The Jet won't be dashing into a site anytime soon. Gobert is playing into mid, so it's walking now into Melzer's crosshair. And that something tells me that's not going to be a good plan for them. LZ snipes off a kill on top of Books, but there's no easy way to plant this spike yet with Melzer still backside, still creeping forward. That's going to be one. LZ gets yet another, and finally the plant to go down.
But the flank is coming in. Kesnit has been running all the way around the world. And his teammates are just going to pull attention away.
Oh, this is about to be awkward.
Gobert is not looking.
Oh, this
Checks on
is
the flank,
awkward.
but doesn't see heaven. Kesnit, you have to look
Oh
down.
my.
Hello. Free one for Kesnit. LZ forced to swing because of Kesnit's positioning. And that's a stunning shot! How the hell did LZ pull that off?
I have absolutely no idea! This guy just gets an ace out of nowhere. Absolutely insane.
LZ got ran over every round on defense as a solo anchor. And he just takes his anger out on this round.
I think he just multiplies his kills by 6 in one round. And just so you know, iBuyPower are going to be giving away a PC for the first ace of every week with $100 of Right gift cards and iBuyPower awards each ace following that one. So shout out LZ for winning something for 2G in the crowd.
Zap, oh no. Already dead in this round, Gobert. Missing out on his shots too, come on. You gotta convert something off this ace.
It is just painful. 2G finally with some momentum and then ripped away. The casual mid walk still a bad buy for Crew, but players quickly moving over towards the A site. Eyes on Mazzino in back with a flash to buy some time on the outside. Swinging over to the right, can't get anything, but Kesnit has showed up. Back in CT, he had a crazy first half. Can't make it more than one this time around.
Crew already flooding in. Shy, great sheriff shot.
Hold on, LZ is in Narnia. It's Prize on his own now.
He wants another clip. And he's got the chance. Okay, LZ with that sheriff. A man on a mission, but he can't repeat his greatness this round. And now Prize has a 1v2. Knows where both these players are. He waits. Finally swinging into Adverso and delivered one on a platter. Prize tucks in. A new off angle.
Ooh.
And a gap in the wall. Over the top! Prize! He wasn't looking! And Crew have map point.
Lose one low buy, win the next. It doesn't matter for Crew. That mid walk just blew up the round. And the added layers of chaos, every single time 2G killed one player on site, there's another one just taking his place. Kesnit falls, another one's going on in there. It was a good attempt from Prize. I think fighting forward on the timing he did was good. Caught the player crouched on that tight angle. Couldn't quite adjust. Shy being way out on the other side. So yet again, it's another meager buy, a force up for 2G. But Crew have rifles. They've got the outlaw yet again.
And they're all headed towards A. Kesnit swings in. Great opener from him. And there's just more to come.
They just can't catch a break right now.
2G. Every man alone against the world. Now it's a chance for Gobert, but again, just 1 for 1. Adverso swings in. Another win for Crew. And again, Prize is put in an impossible position. They know exactly where he is, and there's a firing line ready to go from Crew. 13-3, Crew Visa start this map with a bang.
Crew kind of needed to come out here and make a statement after the loss last week. And, well, going 13-3 on your opponent's map pick to kick it off, that is absolutely a way to say something here at the start of the day. Kesnet having an insane game. I think just the calling was very controlled throughout as well. Pretty much business by numbers here for Crew, but they get the job done and can move on to split.
All right, so 13-3. One of those rounds just a sheriff ace.
Sometimes things happen, Mimi.
That they do. But this is a real rough way for the lower bracket to begin for 2G.
2G need to find some answers here and find them quickly, because one more map loss and they are out here of kickoff really almost as soon as it begins.
Red Bull gives you wings.